Yeah.
This is for my car, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And welcome to the program. It's another edition of Behind the Law right here on Bud 94.1. Thank you for spending some of your evenings here with us on our favorite radio station, 8 o'clock p.m. Monday through Thursday. And also join us. Follow at Behind the Law Radio about 4 o'clock every single weekday. You can ask us questions right there as well. Do not forget to watch the TV show this Sunday and every single Sunday, 10 o'clock a.m. on TV 27. My name is Justin Clark. It is Behind the Law. To my left, my co-host and good friend, AlliMac. What's up, AlliMac? How are you?
I'm doing great, thank you.
Good to see you.
And I'm going to tell you my cold is back.
Me too.
Yep.
And so, you know.
You want me to sit closer? Or what?
Just a little bit.
I have young kids, and I'm telling you, it was strep throat the other day, and I'm starting to feel.
You're going to have to start wearing one of those masks. You know,
I know. And now that I have two kids, it's like double whammies, you know? It's like a sickness every week in my house, it seems like. But I'll try to get through it. I mean, do I sound terrible?
Oh,
all right.
No, we didn't even know. I mean,
Good.
I didn't know. Of course, I'm not the most
try to
observant guy
I
in the
couldn't
world.
tell if you had a cold because your voice is already deep.
Oh.
But
I don't.
But
I've
you
got
don't.
terrible sinuses, but I don't have a cold right now.
AlliMac, you're telling me a story. But first of all, if you have any questions, 321-282-1055. You're telling me a story about this active shooter training in the schools. We know we had a big issue with that here in Seminole County just, a week or so ago. Yeah. And now Volusia County's made a statement as well. Right, AlliMac? What's going on?
Volusia County Public Schools are going to start doing a lockdown of all their campuses starting on Thursday. And it's going to be required by the state to do this drill at least once a semester. Now, the good thing about it is they are going to be notifying the parents, and also they're going to be notifying even the day they're going to do it, but they're not going to tell people what time they're going to do it.
Okay. But at least we have
okay, well, that's not bad.
But at least we have a heads up, right?
At least a heads up. They're going to be showing a video, kind of just an instructional video. They say the video is a little bit graphic, so they're not going to be showing it to small age kids in elementary school, but they're going to do a full rundown on what to do in case of an active shooter in the schools, which I think that is a very, very good way to handle it. Being prepared and knowing is better than all of a sudden causing mass, mayhem and scaring all these poor kids.
I get it. I just had a thought, though. If they don't announce when the drill is, okay, so the active shooter would come in after the drill and try. You got to watch that.
Yeah.
I mean, people are crazy. These folks that do this are kind of deranged.
They are.
You got to be on the lookout.
There was a rash of emailed bomb threats today. Speaking of threats, did you read about this? So the insurance company that we have out in Lake County area was evacuated today after a series of nationwide bomb threats were sent to businesses, news agencies, libraries, and other institutions. This was a nationwide problem today. Mm-hmm. It was an email. I believe it was an email that was sent out.
An email?
Yeah. Did you hear about this yet?
Maybe that's why my computer crashed today.
Yeah, could be.
Yeah. Well, I saw on social media that somebody said that there was a bomb threat by Real Fish.
Oh, okay.
Is that what it's the restaurant called, Real Fish?
I don't know what that is.
Or something.
Okay.
So somebody posted that, but yeah, I saw that. But that's crazy. But was it a fake bomb threat? Is that what it is?
I think it was. It was all a fake bomb threat. It's one of these stupid things that that the emails that you get. It was an email thing.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten the full details of why the insurance company and we have a law firm out there too were evacuated out in Eustis due to this bomb threat. We're still waiting on
random, or was it? Just,
yeah, I think so. Yeah. We're still waiting on further information on that. I mean, I don't like that. Right?
That's crazy.
Ouch.
Some productivity down today.
Well, the crazies are coming down.
Oh, yeah. It's that time of year, too, man. I mean, look, the holidays are great, but it's like when all the crazy people come out as well. Every single year when I used to own the building where my main law firm was at, every holiday time they would come steal the copper wires out of my air conditioning unit. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And then they would go sell the copper wire. It cost me $10,000. They got like $100 out of it. I'd rather give them $100.
Oh, wow.
Than have them, yeah.
You know what I mean? Hey, why don't I just give you
Every
100?
6
Well,
months,
you know
just
that
put a little envelope out
that
there.
abandoned coal mine that they had to pull 3 people out of.
Oh, yeah.
Those people were looking for copper.
Oh, really?
Yes, they were. They were down there,
Unbelievable.
scavenging. It won't do that again.
Crazy. It's been a crazy year here on Behind the Law. I know we're going to do a little recap of the year that has passed and what we have ahead. But what else do you have in the news, AlliMac? She has a lot of news articles today. I like this.
I do. I have because I posted.
I really like it.
I also posted on the radio show Facebook page a bunch of articles as well. So West Colonial is going to be fully closed for 3 nights for that pedestrian bridge. Do you guys remember that?
Yeah.
Oh,
that video
yeah.
for the pedestrian bridge. So they're going to be closing because apparently they're going to be putting up some trusses and cables and all that. So not during the day. It's just going to be closed in the evening. And it's over in downtown Orlando, West Colonial, over in downtown Orlando.
That must be a multi-tiered bridge because you notice the thingies that it's attached to. They're much taller than the actual span that I saw. I don't know what they're doing with that. It looks like it's about to take off or something. I don't know.
You know who designed the bridge?
Who?
My husband.
Really?
Yeah.
So that's the problem. Oh, okay. Well, just
It
kidding.
is. Well, it's going to be closed between 10 p.m. and 6 a.m. So just FYI, you might want to avoid that.
And then there's still that I-4 Ultimate closing.
And then there's still that,
Yeah.
which this is going to start December 14th to December 17th. That's when
Just what we need. More traffic problems in this town, huh?
Write that down.
There
you go.
It's Behind the Law. Bud 94.1, AlliMac.
Do you guys know when we started the show? What's our anniversary?
I
How long
don't.
We've been,
Do
How long
you?
we've been doing?
I know Mick and I started the once
that's
a
been a
week
year.
show
That's
at
been a
least a
year.
year ago.
Yeah.
I don't. It might have been like July of 17 or
Yeah.
something. When did we start this everyday program?
I don't know.
August 12th.
You know the exact date?
Yes, because I have it written down.
That was our first show, August 12th. So it's only
First
been.
show's August 12th, so we're on our, what, 5th month?
Okay. Yeah. It feels
Fourth?
like it either feels like way longer or way shorter. I don't know.
4th month, about to turn 5
So
months.
the very first guest we ever had on the program was who? Do you remember?
I can tell you.
Dang. Look at these detailed
was it
notes.
Was it Alyssa Green?
I mean, I
That
felt
was-
like the show with Brian Whitehurst and Lions Pride was before her, but I could be wrong.
I thought Brian Whitehurst and Lions Pride was, I believe, the first initial show.
Yeah. So
we
I think
had
it
that.
because and they're still the only people who
it's
ever
not-
brought us food in here.
Oh, really?
Right?
No, well, we got to fix that.
We've had other restaurant owners in here, but they've never brought us food, which I've never been able to understand.
We're going to have to fix that.
Like
Maybe we need to
that.
send, like, when we have restaurants on, a little message like, "Hey, please feel free to bring food."
coffee,
Yeah.
chocolate.
Here's a thought. After Christmas, let's do restaurant week.
Yeah, I think we're
And have
working on that.
everybody
I think we are right with
Bring
Dr.
the-
Phillips area.
I think
Bring
we're
the
doing.
food in.
I think we're doing a whole Dr. Phillips restaurant row thing.
Okay, but that's a long haul.
It
to bring
is. Yeah,
food.
maybe we should start in Lake Mary first.
like Mary.
I know you want to go downtown. I want to do Lake Mary. Let's
meet
do
in the
Lake
middle.
Mary Restaurant Row.
Lee Road.
Lee
you go.
Road.
There,
That's
halfway.
where
Lee Road it
I
is.
can do Lee Road. I can do Lee Road.
So some of the best feedback on guests we've got. I mean, everyone has liked all the guests, but I know Kay Rollins was in here with with Orlando City. She did a fantastic job. Rick Singh. I mean, he was interesting that
He
day.
was
He
really
was
good. Show.
interesting,
Very
yes.
informative as well.
I thought he was going to get mad at me because I said, "Okay, what are your next political aspirations?" But he didn't. He was like, maybe. He wasn't
Running for
mad.
mayor, running for
Yeah, something.
Mayor Singh.
keeping it under wraps. We had Pat Williams.
Pat Williams was awesome.
Pat Williams was a
What
really
an
good
inspiration that
memorable
guy
guest as
is.
well.
And Joel Hunter.
Joel,
Joel
oh
Hunter.
yeah, Dr.
That
Joel
was
Hunter. That
really
was like
good. You
only a
liked
couple
that
weeks
one.
ago.
I did.
Yeah, that's true. And Sani Abada.
Sonny was
She
good.
was good. She
Yeah,
was really, really good, too.
absolutely.
I really enjoyed her show. I follow her on Instagram.
Yeah,
too.
has she started that new show yet? I know she was going to do like some kind of podcast or something. We need to get her
maybe
back
we
on
need to
here.
get her back
Brianna's
on
saying
to
that
see if
Sonny is
she's-
doing her show now. You
that's
know how to
good.
find it or anything? She's gonna.
Podcast.
Oh, episode 6.
We're on episode 6 already, so follow Sonny Abada. Actually, not Abada.
Bada bada bada.
Abada.
Bada bing, bada boom.
We talked about Bitcoin. I learned a lot about Bitcoin that day.
Really, what can you tell me about Bitcoin?
Yeah,
Because
really.
I'm
I
still
can't-
at
still
like
can't
question
figure it
mark.
out. I
like
don't
what?
know.
Maybe we need to have Tony back here.
Yeah, I think that's probably a good one. So Bitcoin,
Right?
I would love to call him right now and figure out where Bitcoin was when he was in here on whatever date.
And
where
what it is now.
Yeah, I'd
Yeah.
love to know that. I don't have the date he was here, but
That would have been
Bitcoin's
good. That's another
good.
guest that we could probably get on the show.
yeah, I mean,
See if
Bitcoin, I
we
think
can.
we're always interested in, see how it's doing. Because
Sheriff
people
Joe.
still don't know much about Bitcoin. I don't. Even though talking to him for a while, I still am unconfused.
Every time I try to get somebody to explain it to me,
Yeah.
I don't know if they just don't give me the well, I'm sure they're giving me the correct explanation. It's just I
Can't
just
get
have
your
a hard
mind
time
around
to,
it. I know.
Yeah,
I don't-
I'm not.
It's so, ethereal. It
Yeah.
moves around. It's always up and down and up and
Yeah.
down and up and down.
And there's
It's like,
Bitcoin, BitChain, and there's different
It's-
names.
yeah,
for
you
it's
can
too many.
invest in Bitcoin. You don't have to actually have a Bitcoin.
Is
can't
it
you?
real money? Is it
I
not? Is it
don't
get?
know.
It's like you get a credit card for the Bit Bank or Bitcoin Bank or something, and
It's a bit too much for
It's-
me. I'm telling you.
That's why we keep you around, Mick Doland. It's a bit too much. That is Orlando radio legend Mick Doland. I don't think I even properly introduced you before. The beautiful Brianna is here as well, answering your questions. Go to @BehindTheLawRadio. Follow us right there. You can ask us any questions. Watch Facebook, Instagram, wherever you get your social media. Follow @BehindTheLawRadio, and we'll answer the questions live on the air. If you have any questions at all, if you want to call us, you can do that as well. 321-282-1055. You can follow AlliMac, or if you have questions about social media,
at AlliMac Consulting.
at AlliMac Consulting. And Mick Dolan, what do we have coming up with Bud 94.1? Anything around the holidays?
Of course, the St. Mick cruise.
Oh, that's soon.
Oh,
That's
St.
like
Mick. That's Saturday.
Yikes! Go to Bud 94.1. Go to the website, and you can download your tickets right there. I believe we have free tickets still left.
Free
a few?
tickets. There's a few. I wouldn't wait too much longer
Yeah.
though, because it almost always fills up.
Well,
It's pretty good.
We'll talk more about the old St. Mick cruise. We'll do another recap of Behind the Law in 2018 as we look forward to an awesome 2019. More right ahead. Yeah, and Bud 94.1.
We have some good stats. We had 10 attorneys, 4 marketers, of course, the celebrities, 4 counselors. That's always needed. Real estate
Yeah.
professionals, 5
On
of
this
them,
show.
small business owners, 10 of them, 10 plus, and we did 3 live remote shows, all in 5 months.
And we had a sheriff, Sheriff Joe.
Oh, yeah.
Sheriff too.
That's
And a
right.
judge.
And a judge. Right.
All right, you ready?
Chiron
Yeah.
Services. We had
Welcome
really
back
good
to the
ones.
show. It's Behind the Law on Bud 94.1. We got a lot of events coming up, actually. It's the holidays. AlliMac, talk to me about, I know you had a big event last night, but you have some other things coming up also, all for charity. What do you have?
So the event that we had last night was for Toys for Tots. It was hosted by Injury Assistance Law Firm, and it was the first annual Toys for Tots event. We had it over at World of Beer. Great turnout. We had a little over 250 people there. A lot of toys were brought over, and I think that Toys for Tots was benefiting. Definitely, the kids will benefit. One thing I wanted to let everybody know is that Toys for Tots is in need of volunteers. They need volunteers in their distribution center, and also they need volunteers the day of the distribution. I believe it's on Monday. They are in need of volunteers and also toys. So if you want to be a little bit extra generous this year, donate toys for Tots. Get in contact with Suzanne. I always mess up her name. Vanostrin?
Yeah, that's
Vanostrin.
good.
That's good enough.
Vanostrin, or if just reach out to me and I'll get you her phone number, and then she can get you a hold of Toys for Tots and any information that you guys would need for that. There's tons of different events, the Toys for Tots events that are happening throughout this week and the next week. So I would just go to Toys for Tots website, and there's a list of different events that are happening.
As a matter of fact, Bud 94.1 is going to do another Toys for Tots tomorrow over in Oviedo at the Froggers. in
Oh,
Oviedo.
nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
But I think it's between 5 and 6. Get there. And you can even win tickets to Dream Theater next year at the Hard Rock Live. So bring a toy, an unwrapped toy, of course. And, we'll help a kid at Christmas.
What do you guys normally do for Christmas? You stick around here? You go somewhere? What's the normal routine?
Anybody who wants to buy me dinner, I'll go.
I'm happy.
No,
to.
I stick
takers?
around. I stick around, usually.
AlliMac?
Last year, I went to Georgia to visit my sister. We had the whole family, but that normally doesn't happen. We normally just kind of stay home and have the kids over. This year, we're just going to do something just special with the kids.
Oh, yeah?
And even though we have 2 college kids and 1 junior high, he just went into junior high. I think we're just going to make it a little bit more just about them. Not just so much gifts, but just creating more memories with them. Our college kids are now to the point where they just need
Money.
they need money, so they're
Yeah.
going to get that. But at
Yeah.
the same time, we want to make sure that we give them or we leave them those last kind of memories before they, get married, finish college, and are off on their
So
own.
do you hang stockings for the kids?
We do. My husband is actually more into that.
Yeah.
I'm not really into
Yeah,
that.
that's a pretty special thing. The stockings.
stockings?
Oh yeah, we always got a lot of candy.
Yeah.
And my brother got a lump of coal one year.
Oh, yeah.
But in fact, you can buy lumps of coal, by the way.
Really?
Yeah, for that special someone on your list. Right?
Is there a particular age where we stop buying children gifts? I mean, what age do you, is it like, I'm not getting you any gifts anymore?
God, good question.
I still get gifts.
Do you?
From my parents.
I think I do too.
Oh
Well, then-
yeah. Oh no, of course. I mean, you got to get something.
You know what my mom just bought me?
What's that?
A washer and dryer.
Really?
I was like, first of all, no one ever buys me anything. You know what I mean? They always expect me to do all the buying. But I don't know if I'm supposed to talk about this.
Yeah.
Just kidding. So anyway.
Would she be able to adopt anybody?
So how
Like-
about this? Yeah. Hi, Brianna. How are you? Welcome to the program. This is beautiful Brianna. Thanks for being here. She's answering your questions at Behind the Law Radio. Let's talk about what we did on the show this year, by the way. 10 different attorneys on the show, 4 marketing
did.
people, local celebrities, 4 counselors. God knows we need as
Yeah,
many
we
of them
do.
as we can. I mean, Dwight Bain, one of my good friends, I know he was
was
excellent
good.
here.
Yeah.
Realtors, small business owners, and 3 live remotes. Let's talk about the live remotes a little bit because I know we're going to do a little bit more of that next year.
Now,
We
what
went-
there was 3?
I think so. Where all did we go?
So I
Lions
went to
Pride.
Lions Pride.
Lions Pride,
Twice.
Oh,
because of my
twice.
event, and then Ace Cafe.
Ace Cafe. I think, were you out on that day? Did you go to Ace Cafe,
Ace
Mick?
Cafe.
Yeah.
Of course
was
I was
Okay.
there.
No, Mick, I said.
Oh.
Was I there?
I feel
You
like,
weren't there.
I feel like Mick was out
It
that
was-
day. Oh, you know what? It was an election day. You were working the
right.
polls.
That's right.
Okay.
That was good.
I think I would have rather been at Ace Cafe.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Yeah, it was a good
That was
time.
cool.
It's a great place, man. I mean, you can actually walk in there and drive in there and park in the lot,
Right.
and not have to go up 20 stories.
Yeah,
to
it's
get
great.
Somewhere. It's great.
It is. It's a really,
I
really
don't
good
know how
spot.
they
if you
pull
haven't
that
been there.
off, but it's great.
We're going to have a lot more remotes coming up this year on Behind the Law, Bud 94.1. We're going to hit a lot of restaurants. I think we're going to do a lot of restaurant remotes and really get out there and talk to the restaurant owners and try to help their businesses. We talked a lot about men. I learned a lot about men's clothing this year. Mick Doland, you might remember this show. Alyssa, I believe, was on the
Yeah,
show, and
I
she
do.
said that we needed to have at least 10 different pairs of shoes that are wearable.
Which is absolutely
10?
out of the
remember,
question.
It was 10. She said that, you need at
you-
least 10 pairs of shoes.
And
You
you,
shouldn't wear the same pairs of shoes consecutive. You
Yeah.
have to rotate every.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Boy,
you have to
that-
rotate every 14 days. There were also, I think she
shuts
said the
me
same.
out of everything.
I think she said the same with suits as well. You need like
Suits?
10 or 14 suits, but then she also said you don't have to dry clean your suit except like once every 3 months or something. She said, "Oh no, just
You're
press it."
rotating it all.
Or she
Rotation,
said it was
right.
like a very high wear rate
Oh, their suits. That's right.
without having to
Oh,
dry
that's
clean
right.
them. So I thought that was unusual. too.
Fortunately, I'll never have to worry about that.
How many suits do you own, Mick?
I actually have a couple of suits,
But
but I've got to dust them off.
when's the last time you had to wear a suit that you remember?
Dang. I think my father-in-law's funeral.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How long ago was
it.
that?
Not too. It was
Okay.
the middle of summer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Brianna wants Mick to wear one on the Old St. Mick
Oh, the
cruise,
Old St.
which is
Mick.
coming up Saturday, December 15th, I believe.
Yep.
Departing Port Canaveral at 10 a.m.
Yep. We'll be out on the boat all day.
It-
Get back by 6.
If you would like to go, the tickets are absolutely free. There are not many left. To go to the Bud 94.1 website. If you want, download the Bud 94.1 app as well. You can listen to Behind the Law right there, crystal clear, all day, every day. AlliMac, what other memorable guests have you?
Well, Ted was on the show.
Ted
is
Bogert
a
was
really
here. Ted was a
fun
great guest.
guest.
Get him
Absolutely.
back.
Fun
Get
guest.
Ted back in here.
Vitamin water offering.
$100,000 to the person who can go without a smartphone for a year.
Well, yeah,
How do you prove
I
that?
don't know. That's going to be tough for them. We
How
might
do you prove that exactly?
might need some more details on that story.
Well, maybe you could use somebody else's smartphone and cheat.
Yeah.
you know. So you're not using your phone.
Exactly.
You know who was a memorable guest for me?
Who?
Is Dan Pacheco.
Oh yeah, he's a real
was
estate
really
agent,
cool.
sort of one of those
the,
fiery, what do you call those kind of guys? Motivational
Go getter.
coaches. He's one of those
Very
like life
contagious
coach.
kind
yeah.
of like spirit and kind
Yep.
of like attitude. That's
Pacheco was
another guest
good.
that I really, really
Yep.
enjoyed.
We had a lot of political candidates on the show over the last year or so. Adam McGinnis, judge, he was victorious. We've had some people who didn't win on the show as well, but at least I'm not a total jinx. At least a few of them won. Right?
Was it Anthony Sabatini?
Sabatini won.
Was he
Sabatini
on
crushed
our
it.
show?
He was
Or
on a
he
program.
on You and Me.
I think it was just you and I back
Yeah,
then when Sabatini was on.
Great guy.
We had
Really
Joe
good.
Lopez.
Yes,
running for-
Sheriff Joe. He'll be back. I guarantee
back.
it. He
Oh,
ain't
yeah,
going
definitely.
anywhere.
We should probably get Ted back on here, Ted Bogert back on the show again. I mean, it's always fun having him on. Because his
really
show
good.
ends at like 2, right? I mean, he can get right over here. We can do the
ends
show
early,
together.
Yeah.
I still think we should do a joint show. Behind the Law and the Ted Show all at once. That would be cool.
Yeah?
Would be cool. At the Citrus Club.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
of course.
Okay. That'd be fun.
Absolutely. So you can show me around.
So I can finally show you around.
Yeah, really. Do I have to wear a suit?
No, you don't have to wear a suit.
Keith
But no
Orry.
shorts, right?
No shorts.
Okay.
Keith Orry with the zombie house flipping. Their show's
That
coming
was
up
a
soon
fun
on Discovery Channel, I believe, in March. That was good. That's a
I'm looking forward to that. I'm
Pretty
one
good
of those
show.
people that always watches those home improvement shows.
Yep.
I love it, love it.
Do you ever
List
do
it,
any of
love
the
it or
home
list
improvements?
it? I love it.
Do you ever do those home improvements that they
I
show
used to do that, but now I just don't have time.
you? Yeah. It
Like,
takes
I used
time.
to love painting and kind of doing different things around the house. I just don't have time, but I love watching those shows. So it would be good to bring him back also.
And then, of course, the most memorable show of the year was by far and away the show where we tested out product, or Mick did. You remember that show, Mick?
Barely.
We had a show
I think I do.
dedicated
God, it was good, too.
all to medical marijuana.
It was for medicinal
It was
purposes only.
Kerry
was.
Barasati came in with advanced auto injury rehab, and he also owns the AG Green Relief, and he brought some product, and old Saint Mick tested it out.
Well, I just want to be sure that our listeners know
Yeah.
what's good and what's not good.
Well,
Which one was the best?
I don't remember. It was all good. Absolutely. Well, then there's that 420 beer. That we had.
no, wow, that was at
Lions
that
Pride.
was
at
Lions Pride.
Yeah.
So it was beer, and literally, if you sat next to Mick, it smelled like marijuana. The beer
Yeah.
did.
At least I had lawyers around
Yeah,
just in
exactly.
case there was a problem. Yeah.
I mean,
That was good
it
beer.
was very it had a very distinct flavor and smell of.
Well, now, do they? Are they the only ones that sell that? I mean,
I don't
it's
know.
out there. It's got to
I'm
be.
sure other places have it too.
Other
I don't know,
places,
but
it does smell exactly,
Yeah.
exactly like it. We had Michael Attardi.
yeah, Michael
the show.
Attardi, former NFL kicker.
So
I think
he's
he's coming
cool.
back on maybe
I
next
saw him
week
back
to.
on.
Yeah.
Stephanie from One Heart for Women and Children.
So he's coming back on to do some promotional
good.
stuff for his charity.
He
I
gave
think
away
so.
some
That'll be
books.
good.
I like when the guests do giveaways.
Oh yeah, especially
like
books, and
that.
they sign the books for our audience, and we have to buy a separate bookshelf just for the books of our guests. You know what I mean? So when we finally have the studio done in the back, we definitely have to buy a bookshelf. Deal,
That'd be cool.
Rihanna? You good with that?
That'd be
All right, bookshelf it is, no doubt about it.
Michael
year-
Brodsky.
Brodsky, yeah, he was
Brodsky.
good.
He was also
He
good.
answered a
He's
lot of
very
questions
active
after.
also on
Yeah,
their social
I
media
saw
page.
that.
Do you see him?
He's answered a lot of questions afterwards,
Very good.
so he was good. And we have had so many other excellent guests and excellent times on the program in 2018. So much looking forward to spending 2019 with you as well. 30 minutes ahead of Behind the Law, Bud 94.1.
The Roland Rogans were
Yep.
pretty good too.
That's right. That's right. Those
That
guys.
was good.
Their coffee was delicious.
Their
Well,
story
you had
was
the
so
latte,
unique.
I did.
and we each had like a different. Like I had hot chocolate. I don't know what you.
I don't know. I forget what I had.
Them,
But
last week, I think it was. They were
But-
at Farmers Market.
they had just the great stories, though. That's a nomad's life,
Yep.
kind of. Always wanted to do that. I always wanted to go. Back when the bicentennial was 1976.
Right.
I wanted to just take the year off and visit everybody I knew in the whole country, and just drive, just go.
Yeah.
Never happened. I said if I had a good job, I'd stay.
Right.
So I did. Had a good job.
All right, you ready?
Take your brief shit.
Go. They never saw him again. He's gone.
Old Saint Mick is gone.
He's gone.
Welcome back to the program. It is Behind the Law, Bud 94.1. My name is Justin Clark. To my left, I have AlliMac, and directly next to her, trying not to get sick, is Orlando radio legend Mick Doland. How are you, sir?
Well, I'm ill anyway.
Yeah.
So sick, just.
So, AlliMac, are you like fully officially sick, you think, or are you just feeling a little bit down?
I think I'm probably headed downhill.
Okay.
I was
am
getting
too.
better
Yeah.
yesterday, and then I feel like
It's in your
the
head.
weather.
It's in your head, though. You're thinking, oh, I'm going to down here.
Yeah.
But no.
I'm trying
Just
to tough
say,
it out,
no,
though.
I'm not going to
trying
do
tough
it.
it
I'm
out.
definitely sick, but I just, I don't have time to be sick necessarily, so you just have to sort of fight through it.
The best way to get through it is to rock hard.
Right
That's
here
it.
on
Rock
Bud
hard.
94.1. The beautiful
go.
Brianna is here as well, answering your questions, which you can ask at Behind the Law Radio on Facebook or Instagram. During the program, we will answer them live right here on the air. Listen to us every single weeknight at 8 p.m. on Bud 94.1, and you can watch the show on Facebook or Instagram, again, at Behind the Law Radio, 4 p.m. every single weekday. And lastly, Behind the Law on television, the TV show, Sunday, 10 a.m., TV 27. Thank you for spending your evenings here with us. We're doing a little bit of a year in review show. I mean, we have a few more shows yet to do this year, but it was nice to go back and look at all the guests that we've had and the memorable guests that we've had, which, look, we appreciate all of you coming on the show and talking about what you do, your business, but, some people were simply incredibly memorable, right? Great guest. AlliMac, who really stands out for you?
Like dating kind of sucks.
Yeah, I forgot about that one. That was fun. What?
Do you follow him on Instagram?
I don't
oh boy.
know. I need to.
Oh boy.
I need to. What was
Follow
his name again?
him
What
on
was his name?
Instagram. Adam Avidable.
Adam, that's right, Adam Avidable. He's
Follow
funny. He's
him
like
on
a stand-up
Instagram and-
comic / podcast host. He hosts a show called Dating Kind of Sucks.
And he's an everyday kind of guy.
Yeah,
so
he's
you
great.
know that, he's got all the angles, guys.
He's
Yeah.
not an everyday. Go on his Instagram and follow him.
Well-
Sometimes when I go on my Instagram, an image pops up and I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say.
It was that good.
I'm like, oh my God,
So,
flustered.
I mean, what kind of image are you talking about?
It's just, I can't.
Really?
I can't say it. I have to be off the show.
Describe exactly how
It's like silhouettes of
okay.
just
Of-
people.
of debauchery.
It's just, but
Debaucherous.
it's very cool, artistic kind of pictures. But it's for me, I'm like, oh my God. But interesting. So I would think that dating kind of sucks. It was
Right.
like dating advice and things like that. But he kind of has a twist to it, which I thought was very interesting because it's just you guys heard him
Yeah.
when he goes on dates, what happens and all that. So I think it's interesting his take on dating and
Yeah.
and
Well,
and all that.
by average, he's just another guy out there trying to, find his mate,
Well,
and he's having a little fun with it too.
go on his
He was great.
Instagram.
I'm gonna have to subscribe to that.
You
by the way.
have to.
Yeah,
You
I
have
want
to.
to see those pictures.
Adam Avidable. Stephen Hepsworth was here from Boston Coffee House, one of these startup restaurateurs type of place, and it's always inspiring to me to see a young guy like that start his own business. Kind of, I guess jump off the high dive right away, so to
Right.
speak.
What was it, like 5 months old? His
Yeah,
company
something like
was?
that.
Very,
And,
very 5, 6 months old.
The restaurant
something like
business is very,
Tough.
very tough. No doubt about
this.
it.
I think Dallas from You Have Mortgage
Yeah.
was also very
Dallas.
informative.
Dallas Lehman from You Have Mortgage. We told
I
the
like that.
I did too.
We had a lot of feedback that people were commenting to me, and I was sending
Yeah.
them his website. But I mean, people aren't really educated on what the steps are for
I know.
mortgages. But
Well-
if you've been involved in a bankruptcy, if you've been involved in kind of things like that, people think that that's unreachable. with
Exactly.
That. So I
we
think
got to
that
keep
was
up on
really
the
good,
changes
informative.
that go in that
Yeah.
industry. There's a lot of changes always.
So you know how I normally try to avoid events? You know what I mean? Whatever. So
Like the
when he had
plague.
Todd Schub on he was the car dealer guy. You were out that day, I
was out
think.
that day.
You remember the car dealer
Oh,
guy? He
yeah.
was having the big
Russell.
grand opening the next day. I
You
actually
went to it.
I went to his grand opening. It was awesome too. I mean, there was a lot of people out there
Rubbing elbows with the rich and famous.
Yeah, I
right?
was like the poorest dude at this whole event. There were like hundreds of people.
Yeah.
I felt way out of place.
Yeah.
But
But
it
you
was
looked
good.
at all the cars.
I looked at the cars. Look being an operable
Can't touch
word.
Can't touch
Yeah,
it.
don't touch them, son. You're not ready for this yet.
Really.
I don't think you're ready.
Fingerprint.
Dr. Robert Cohen was good. You remember Dr.
Yeah,
Cohen, right?
neurocognitive.
Yep. That was,
was
a
really
very
good,
interesting
too.
show. Neurocognitive Consultants of Orlando. And your friend, your doc, what was his name? Come on.
Dr. Merrill from Nightlight Chiropractic.
Yeah, he was good too, but I was thinking about...
Dr. Vihek.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Dr.
Ken
Vihek
Vihek,
was
yeah.
here too. He was
Yeah.
good. I've gotten to know him. Great guy.
Can't forget Suzanne.
Suzanne's been here, what, 7, 10, 15 times already, hasn't she?
I've still got her red sunglasses too. Yeah. Oh yeah. No, they're actually pretty good. They're heavy.
They're good sunglasses?
If your lenses already are UV protected, then that just adds, so you can actually, kind of see
Yeah.
when the sun is out. Bad.
Brianna, we'd like to know some of your most memorable show moments from 2018. What really comes to mind for you?
She's freezing up
I know,
right
she's
now.
like, uh-oh, pressure.
He loves to do that, everybody. In case you guys don't realize, he loves to catch people off guard.
Yeah.
Justin does.
I mean, she's over there
Does a
ordering
great
things on
job, too.
Amazon, I'm sure. I'm trying to figure out. Sorry to interrupt your shopping. I know you were just about to have the full credit card number entered in there. Nothing worse than that. You're already on the 3-digit code, and now I'm interrupting you all of a sudden.
She's busy.
4-7.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, anyway, we've had a lot of great guests on here. Who has been your absolute favorite guest?
You know what? I really enjoyed Pat Williams.
Pat Williams is what Brianna's saying.
His story is
Yeah,
Unique.
Pat Williams was incredible. 19 children, I think, something like
it's
that.
That is
unbelievable.
The GM
impressive.
for the Philadelphia 76ers during the Dr. J days.
I always wonder, how does he relax?
I don't know.
What does it entail to have Pat Williams
I don't
relax?
know.
he said he reads books.
Yeah, I mean, he reads a lot. Just
Well-
reads.
I relax when I'm reading. And I read, at least 2 books a week. And
But when you think about it, he's still active. His mind is
Time.
active when he's
How do you have
relaxing.
time?
So that brings me to a good question: is how many books do you think you read a year, AlliMac?
I read maybe, oh my God, maybe 3 or 4,
Mick Doland?
if that.
Don't ask.
Yeah. No, it's probably the same number as mine.
Yeah.
A goose egg.
Yeah.
Brianna, do you read books?
yeah, about a book and a half a month.
Well,
book and a half
I mean,
a
you
month,
say
she
read a
says.
book. You
Okay.
read the book all the way through, right? Well, I browse through books, but
I
You
don't
have to
especially
read
if
books
they
to
have
keep up
pictures.
with the law.
No,
Kind of
no, I don't
to
really
do your
read books at all.
Oh,
I haven't read. I mean, this is. I'm afraid to admit this. I mean, I'm sorry to say. Even like if you look at my board over there, it has 2018 personal goals. I kind of do this every year, and one of them has read books, and I haven't read one, not one single book.
so you're a little short on that goal.
It also says get down to 180 pounds. I'm not quite there yet either.
Wow.
so are the ones that are crossed off? How many do you have
Yeah.
that aren't? Just 2? Or is it 2?
Most of them are crossed out. I would say, yeah. So I'm doing all right.
Does that include bread and milk? Honey,
Yeah.
honeydew.
I mean, do you guys set personal goals for the year? Kinda, not really.
I do.
No,
I
okay.
do business goals and personal goals. For my business, there's
Yeah.
I want to be up to a certain level in my business half the year and end on a positive note. And personal goals, it's just always growth, family growth, and with my spouse and my children. So
I don't wait till the end of the year.
Yeah?
I'm
What do you do?
constantly updating.
Oh, okay.
My goals. You got to keep focused. And
Do you keep a list or anything, or what? Is it
yeah,
sort of in your head?
Some on my phone, somewhat, and just the major ones. I write it and put it in a prominent place, so I'll keep seeing it.
don't forget it.
No,
Don't
no.
forget where you put your list.
Oh, that's right. I have done that. What did I do with? I know I was supposed to do something today. That's all right. The phone is great though. for
Yeah.
that phone. If I ever lose my phone, I'm in trouble, big time. I mean, everything's on that damn
Yeah,
phone.
exactly.
Are there
We'd all be
any
a
guests
mess.
that you guys want to have on the show?
Restaurants,
More restaurants?
food, bring food. Liquor stores. That'd be
Liquor
good.
store
Yeah.
with samples?
Yep. Maybe have Anheuser-Busch come over here.
story.
You know, we could have a rep from local distributor. That'd actually be pretty fun.
Yeah. I mean, what do you find the most interesting type of guest, AlliMac? Like, who do you think we should be inviting on? I mean, we're booked up through like February as is. It's not like we have trouble getting guests, but what do you find most interesting?
I think the guests that have a story to share, that
Always.
are like have an entrepreneur spirit, a family spirit, a charitable spirit. I think those guests are the best for me.
Yeah.
Because they just you get inspired by them, and you look at yourself and you say, but I could be doing more.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I like those guests. And
Oh,
of course, I love
storytellers.
guests that bring gifts too.
Storytellers are the best.
Yes.
Somebody who can really do it.
Joel Greenberg was
Cross
good.
was
We didn't
best,
mention him.
too.
I didn't see him on here.
He had his own story.
Joel Greenberg was good.
Yeah, he was.
We'll have him back on.
It was really good.
And see, I like sort of the locally famous
Yeah.
guest because there's sort of an embedded story with them, and most of them know how to tell it pretty well. And this is a very weird show in that we have it's a radio show, but a long format interview process. You know, we sit here and really just talk to the guest for an hour.
For a whole week.
As opposed to a little, 10-minute or 5-minute hit. We really do get to hear their full story.
Are you surprised at how many guests are nervous coming to the show?
But basically every single guest is nervous when they get
Yeah.
here, and maybe we don't do a good enough job making them feel calm because we do it every single day. You know, we're like, it's no big deal. We're just going to talk.
Yeah.
But yeah, we probably need to do a little better.
I was in an event yesterday, and I was talking to a doctor, and I said, you have to come on the show. She's like, but I'm so nervous. She's like, do you guys give pre-interviews, pre-questions? I was like, no, it's just like we're
Talk
casually
whatever you
talking
want
right
to,
now
yeah.
about, your life and your business. So I think that kind of that thing needs to be
Exactly.
portrayed a little bit more. We're not going to bite you.
No.
We're not going to make you feel uncomfortable. We want you to share your story,
Yep.
and we want to promote you, and we...
I might consider biting somebody.
Oh, God.
Depends on the guest.
We'll keep them separated.
Not hard, hopefully.
Just let
Not
us know
hard.
what guest it might be,
Yeah,
and we'll make
really.
sure we keep you separated that day.
Okay.
It's 2018 year in review on Behind the Law, Bud 94.1.
That's good.
Well, that was quick, too. My God. Was that
Are we on
12,
three?
12 minutes?
I think
We're on 3.
Wow.
We had John Crossman.
Yep.
Now, who's he?
Are we on 4?
Crossman.
Yeah.
This will be 4.
This is going to be the 4.
See, when we just start talking, it just kind of flows. It rolls. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame made the announcements today.
What? Oh, did they?
Yeah.
I'd like to hear.
Yeah. I can talk
Welcome
about
back to the show. One final segment ahead of Behind the Law right here on Bud 94.1. Justin Clark, Mick Doland, AlliMac join you as we do every single weeknight at 8 o'clock p.m. The beautiful Brianna is also here answering your questions on social media. Follow at Behind the Law Radio on Facebook or Instagram, and we'll answer your questions live right here on the show. Mick Doland, big announcement today.
Yeah, it was a big announcement in the rock world, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in Cleveland. Every year they induct new members, and there'll be 6 of them for 2019, and that'll happen in March. But Def Leppard was the biggest vote getter. Def Leppard followed by Stevie Nicks. What else? The Cure, Radiohead, Roxy Music, The Zombies, and Janet Jackson will all be inducted
Into
next
the
year.
Rock Hall
To
of
the
Fame.
Rock
I mean,
Hall
there's
of Fame.
always that debate. Okay, is that really rock music right
Yeah.
there, Janet?
Janet is,
But-
it's a little iffy, but
You'd also think Def Leppard probably would have already been in there. I mean, they've been around for a little bit.
Coincidentally, it was the first year they were eligible, and they got in on the first year.
How do you become eligible? Do you
I know
know?
it's a good question.
Okay, I thought
Yeah.
maybe you would have the answer to
In
that.
the in the tower there, up there, the rock gods look down and say, yeah, "Okay, here's what we're going to do." But I don't know. It's good. I mean, the fact that Def Leppard and they're still touring, they're still out there. It's great.
Yeah.
and they deserve it. Absolutely.
Good
Yep.
deal. So what kind of guests do you... It's 2018, year in review of Behind the Law. We're talking about guests. We've had a lot of great ones on the show this year. Thank you to all of our guests that we've had. We look forward to seeing you again in 2019. But Mick Doland, do you have a favorite guest that really pops into your mind?
That we've had.
Yeah, that we've had so far.
I think it's between Joel Hunter and Pat Williams.
Yeah.
Those two, because of the inspiration, the stories that they have, and that's what it's all about. Is
Yeah,
a story.
exactly.
You want to tell a story.
And just you can tell those are both fantastic guys. You know what I mean? Just great people.
Still doing good work.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, they're certainly some of my favorites as well. Kay Rollins was here, Rick Singh, Joel Greenberg, Pat Williams, Sonny Abata, Dr. Joel Hunter was fantastic, and just so many other amazing guests that we've had here.
Dr. Roland. Dr. Roland.
Dr. Roland Roberts was here. He's now
And he was
over
off
in
in China.
like China doing a bunch of things, trying to
That's
bring
pretty
the
cool.
Chinese and Americans together business-wise,
Okay.
something like that.
That'll be a job. I'm
He was
sure.
the one that was the CEO of Hoverboard. Remember him?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, he had been the CEO of Hoverboard.
How are they doing?
I
How's
don't
the
know.
hoverboards doing?
Probably a few lawsuits here and there, but
Yeah.
other than that, I'm not
But see,
exactly
you know,
sure.
and they don't hover. That's the thing.
What do you mean?
It
I
was
thought they
they're
hovered.
on wheels.
They're on
They're
wheels?
on wheels, aren't they? And
I thought they hovered.
I don't think so. No.
It's actually on wheel. I don't know this. They're actually on wheels? Huh?
See,
Then why do we
that's-
call it a
that's-
So why
hoverboard?
do- yeah.
Because board, like you look like you're hovering as fast as it goes.
Oh.
Larry Metter was here. He's the owner of Evoke Ad Agency. He taught us a lot about
He was
about,
good, too.
about what it's like to be
Very
a.
good. The Roland Rogans.
Oh, let's talk about them for a
Can't
minute.
forget
really
them.
good.
Do you
I've
guys
been-
follow them?
I've been following them, I think, on Instagram.
The
The Roland
Roland
Rogans. They were
Rogans.
great.
They were good.
Wait, what are they
Very
doing now? I know they're
inspirational.
building a van or something to try to do this long road trip again.
They're building that van, and I don't know if you guys do you watch their videos and
I've
stuff
seen
like that.
some of
So
them.
They went to this event where it was the hot air balloons.
Right.
They're doing that, and they park over there and they sell the coffee. What is it called? Coffee so good. Or, it's so
It's
good
so good
coffee.
It's so good coffee.
So and
Oh, they did bring coffee though. Remember? Yeah,
so
they
we
did.
each had a sample of what was it that you had, Brianna? You had
That's the dark latte.
a latte, coffee, hot
Oh, yeah.
chocolate, tea. So, and it's supposed to be very. I actually still have a box that they gave me at home of hot chocolate.
Oh yeah.
So,
Oh, you got a
They
box?
weren't- well, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Well,
What's
no,
the
I had
deal?
met with them prior to, but
You know, I
they're-
got to ask about this because I think I'm getting left out on the goodies sometimes. Jeez.
Well, they're a really good inspirational couple as well because she had her illnesses as well, and
Right.
we all have our issues as couples and stuff like that. But to hang, together like that and just kind of have
to
each
be on the
other's
road
back
Right,
and
together.
stuff,
exactly.
and-
That'll
yeah.
test you. I mean, be on the road day in,
How
day
long
out.
were they on the road for? Like 6 months or
I
something?
don't know. We just took off.
I don't know.
Nomad.
I don't know if I could do that.
Yeah.
With my husband for 6 months, like probably somebody would
That
be hurt.
really, it would test your relationship.
Oh
But,
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, you
For
got to be
sure.
real honest with everybody.
So I think that's pretty cool.
Back in
hopefully.
'76 for the bicentennial, I said to myself, "Look, if I don't have a good job, I'm going to take off, spend a year, and visit everybody that I know in the United States of America. Just drive." But I had a good job, so I didn't do it.
All talk.
Yeah.
You're all talk. Did you come close to doing it? Would you say, or it didn't even get close?
I got to thinking, I'm going, I don't know about this.
You're like,
In my
I'm
next
only
life.
Yeah.
gonna have 4 stops.
When I get rich, I'm going to do that. Okay.
Yeah, unbelievable. What about Mitch Suppler? He's a surgeon who was on. I know he's a friend of
He's a
yours too. He was good, neurosurgeon.
Very, very good. He's very
He was-
good.
I thought he was pretty.
Very thorough. And he's a
informative.
gun enthusiast. I was actually surprised when he told me that.
Yeah.
He's a neurosurgeon, he's a gun instructor,
Oh,
and he's a wine connoisseur. Or
yes.
wine sommelier.
yeah.
But
He's a
not
big
all
wine guy.
together.
No,
Not all at one time, no.
You don't want to do it at the
So
same
I thought
time.
that was. Oh, we had Tabitha Ponte from Vertical. She's the one that's doing Vertical Medical City.
Oh, that's right.
We had
Yeah.
her.
That big tall
From
building
Pont
is supposed
Health.
to be built.
Yeah.
Right? Remember that?
We had her,
Yeah.
and then we had Jeremy.
He was here with her, I think.
He was here with her as well. Who else did we have? Sam Retta from Roman and Hammis
What's that?
law firm.
Oh.
We had some really good guests on the show. We're very Matt Rabin. Oh, we had Matt Rabin, yeah, from Rifkin. He was
That's
on our
right.
Friday show. We had him, and there's Suzanne again. We had Suzanne one more time with a charity one, the charity event.
Yeah, you're
You
listening.
know, I think I saw the Marine that she brought, the big tall guy.
Mm-hmm.
I think I saw him at a Toys for Tots event.
Oh,
a while
yeah?
back, yeah.
You're listening to Behind the Law on Bud 94.1. Justin Clark, AlliMac, and the Orlando radio legend Mick Doland. The beautiful Brianna is also here behind the scenes. If you have any questions whatsoever, follow us at Behind the Law Radio on Facebook, Instagram. Watch the TV show this Sunday and every Sunday, 10 a.m., TV 27. Doing a little review, a year in review, 2018, but 2019 is going to be even better. AlliMac, you have some of your events coming up, I bet, too. Do we have any dates released yet or no?
My big event is going to be, my first one of the year is going to be February 2019. I don't have a date, but it's going to be at the end of February. So I will, once I have the dates, I will definitely
Is it
announce
another
it.
mixer?
It's going to be the same.
Okay.
So I throw 3 of those a year. So my first one next year is going to be the end of February. Not really sure on the date or the location, but I will definitely let you guys know.
That
So-
one at Lions Pride was the best mixer I've ever been to, I'm telling you.
So when you have an event that you're dragging 500 people out to, which is a lot, I mean, that's not easy to do. Do you find yourself having restaurants or venues approach you to try to beg you to have the event there?
I actually do. Not just venues, but other vendors, people that just other industries that want to partake of this type of event. Photographers, food vendors,
okay.
Different things like that. So yes, I have had people reach out to me, and that's how I went and got Lions Pride. But I'm thinking of taking it back over to the M Lounge. I've heard some feedback that everybody really missed it and liked it. And you've been to the M Lounge, haven't you?
No. South of Lee Road.
Really,
South of Lee Road doesn't happen. Where is that?
It's over by Lake Ivanhoe,
Okay. The M Lounge.
the M Lounge.
Wow.
It's over in front of White Wolf.
Oh, okay.
White Wolf Cafe.
What, across
Yeah.
the street?
Yeah, across the street. So they have about 60 or
Is that where that
70
furniture place
cars.
used to be? Is it in that? There
No,
used to be like an antique
Whitewash
furniture.
is farther down.
Okay.
But it's a really nice location. Inside, it's almost as big as a warehouse, but inside they have about 60 or 70 classic cars.
Oh, okay.
You'd never
So it's
know
like a
it was in there.
museum.
No,
It's
I have no
really
idea.
Nice.
It's
2
kinda off the-
stories, the top
Yeah.
bar, bottom bar. Really nice locations. So maybe we'll see.
So would the goal to be have it at 3 separate restaurants or the same place all year? All 3 events?
It just depends.
Okay.
It just depends on what the guests want and what works best. What's going to make everybody. The reason for the event is for networking.
Yeah.
So I want to bring that value to anybody that comes to the event, just networking, not just a big old party, because there's parties every week. Preparing for a big event is very stressful. It's like preparing for a wedding.
Yeah.
And I do it 3 days a year, 3 times a year, and it's just too stressful.
I could probably find you a good spot in Lake Mary if you want.
Will you really?
Of course, I'd be happy to. It'll be very close to my house, I'm sure.
Really? Right next door.
You just say the word. I'd be happy to do it for you.
Your house pool party?
No,
Got it.
yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
I
no.
Oh, I
like
thought
that.
he was offering.
No,
I
don't
like
think
that.
so.
Jeez.
I don't think
Oh,
so.
we could go over to Ollie's, Allie Asmar's party.
There you go.
There you
Yeah,
go.
we've already
He has
had
a
one party.
You
together.
missed a hell of a party.
Yeah, it was good.
Man.
I know. I saw the pictures.
Yeah, it was good.
I haven't seen the non-posted pictures though. Is there
I would-
any?
I don't think so.
No? Okay.
Not on my. No.
I heard it was what Ali said that everybody left around 4.
It was pretty late. Yeah.
I had to go early because
Mick had like 3 other parties to go to.
I had one other party
Oh,
to
okay.
go to. Come on.
When you're a famous radio guy,
Yeah.
you
well,
got to hit a lot of different
course,
parties,
yeah.
for sure.
But his driveway, oh my, I felt like I was going into a palace. I really did. It was like I was very impressed.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm easily impressed, but still, that was a great place.
Well,
Great
I'm-
house.
That's awesome.
Well, I'm glad we had an opportunity to kind of look back on the year, and we only did the show every day for a half a year. So imagine what we're going to be talking about next year at this time when we have a full year
Full year.
of the everyday radio show Behind the Law right here, Bud 94.1. Watch the TV show again this Sunday and every Sunday, 10 a.m. on TV 27. AlliMac, excellent work today.
Pleasure.
Hope you have an awesome week, awesome holiday. I know I'll be seeing you a little bit between now and Christmas, but wishing you a great holiday season.
Same.
Orlando
You and your
radio
family.
legend Mick Doland. Mick, I don't know much, but I do know one little thing.
And what's that?
I will see you right back here tomorrow on Bud 94.1.
Bingo. Yay! Like I said, man, that was a quick one.
That was
Record
quick.
time. We got started on time.
Yeah,
pretty much.
I know.